Yes. So start building. Here. Okay, so I hope I have discussed with this with new SS authorized schedule, why when it will be moved to schedule, implement, review, closed and cancelled, right? So apart from that, it's a kind of a recap, guys. Who will raise the change? The assignment group member of problem ticket or incident incident, whoever is handling the P1 incident or P2 incident, and if it requires any change to be implemented, like if you're adding, removing, replacing on the existing infrastructure, then you need to raise a change. Okay, so say for example, there is a incident raised on the network issue, and finally that is a P2 incident or a P1 incident. That means entire floor, all the floor of the SBI is not getting internet, say for example. So they have raised a P1. I think everybody knows what is P1, P2, P3, P4, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so everybody knows priority. So here, based upon that priority is nothing but it will be, based upon impact and urgency. If the impact is high, urgency is high, then it will be treated as priority one, critical ticket. So if the higher number of users are affected, then it will be a critical ticket. Say for example, it has been raised by Abel Tutor saying that on the Singapore, yeah, or our California branch, California and Texas branches are affected with network issue. So something like that, it has been raised and the group is assigned to network team. Okay, network team. So and assigned the ticket, that is fine. Oh, come on. So and the assigned to is there. So somebody from network team, say for example, David Lowe started working on this and checked. He has contacted David Lowe. David Lowe has contacted this Abel tutor, and he has got all the information, screenshots, everything. And finally, David Lowe has troubleshooted the issue, and he found that entire router of California and Texas branches are not working. Routers, what is network router, right? So that is not working. So finally, David Lowe said that no, if we can replace the network routers in California and Texas branches, then only we will be able to fix the issue. So now to change the router on the network in California and Texas branch, can I consider it as a change or not? Because I am replacing old one with a new one.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So now it is a change. So from the incident also you can raise the change. So what the state you will be putting? You will be putting on hold, awaiting change. That means if you implement the change, then only this incident will get resolved. Got my point? Ram
Yes.
Hariprasad? All of you, Ankalama, Anishwarma, Mauli, Allah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it will be awaiting change. Now, what this David Lu will go to change management and put the same description like this. California and Texas branches are not getting internet. This he will put like this. Okay. and risk and impact. So what is this risk and impact? Impact is high. Risk, do you have any risk here? Risk means, see, what do you mean by risk here? Risk means, give me a second, where is that risk? Yeah, risk means where the change is implemented, how many change applications are getting impacted with the change, how many users are getting impacted, what is the downtime. So this everything has to be calculated here. So what are the, see, say for example, I already told you, I guess. So, but still I will show you. See, first you will have operating system. On top of it, you will have database. On top of it, here you will have applications. Applications, that means here you have network application, and say for example, HRMS and also SAP like this. And once, can you install multiple application on one server, guys? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So in on your mobile phone also you are installing multiple applications, right? In the same way on server also you can install multiple applications. Okay, middleware, firewall. So firewall. So this is how the server architecture will be. Here, if you are doing a change on the network server, that means on the network server you are going to change the routers. Correct. So if you, when you change the, if you replace the network server, you need to configure those routers in the network server. You will do it. So you need to restart this network server or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that is the case, if you restart this application, that means this application that you cannot restart, of course you can restart the single application also, but here if you need to restart entire server, then HRMS and SAP server applications also will get affected. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
So then you need to, as a network engineer, David Lu has to inform HRMS application owner and SAP application owner also. If you don't inform them, then suddenly if HRMS and SAP got stopped, then how will they know? That means all the users will get affected in the HRMS and SAP application also, who are using, if I am using my HRMS, I am applying, checking my all the existing leaves on my HRMS application, and other users are checking their stock in the SAP application. Then if I restart the server suddenly, what about these users who are using HRMS and SAP? Will they get affected or not?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is the reason why whenever you raise a change, you need to analyze that risk also. That means here in the justification, you need to write how many applications are getting affected. Okay. Next, how many users are getting affected. Next, what is the downtime? What is the downtime? Downtime means how much time these applications will not be available. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour. That you need to update it first in the justification base. Understand?
Yes.
Because if you restart the server, to up the server, it will take some time, right? So that 15 minutes down, 20 minutes is called downtime. Okay. And how much time it will take to implement the entire change. So this also you need to justify here. Of course, here you will this time, how much time it will take to implement entire change, that you will put it in the start plan. That means I want to have 2 hours time, something like that. On Saturday, 29th of on Saturday 29th, I want some time from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Like this, I will put my, I will copy this and put it here. And I want this from 11 o'clock. That means 1 hour I want. Okay.
Okay.
So again coming back to the same point. So I need to update all the things before I move on the change. Okay. But here, now you tell me guys, SBI ATM is there. SBI ATM is there. So suddenly all over the world, ATM machines are down. So usually what will happen is, usually what will happen is, if there is a change required, as per our example, California and Texas branches are affected with network issue. This is the correct issue. So now what David Lu will try to minimize the effect. Minimize the effect means if the entire branch is affected, then that is a different story. If one floor is affected, then what they will do is they will increase the other floors capacity. Okay, the other floors routers capacity, so that will be available for the floor which is affected. That means if the second floor, first floor is affected, in the second floor, if they have other router, they will move that router to some place and they will try to accommodate all first floor and second floor on the same router which is working. And then they will check the router which is not working actually. So that is how they will try to accommodate. So in that case, they will try to implement that change on Saturday or Sunday. Okay, in that case, they will try to implement that change on Saturday or Sunday so that nobody will be available in the office, so that they can implement the change and they can test the router, everything they can do. Okay, so if that is the case, all the changes will be moved like this. So that means today, if on Monday the incident has been raised, on the Monday incident has been raised, and David Lu has checked it, and finally he found that the router has to be changed. So immediately he will inform his manager, and his manager will ask him to raise the change. So he will update all these implementation plan, risk plan, a backup plan, test plan, everything. I hope I have explained you all these things. Yes or no? Guys, implementation plan, risk and impact analysis, backup plan, test plan. Did I explain you or not?
No.
No, sir.
Okay. So implementation plan is nothing but a step one. How you are going to implement the change? That means remove the old router from the existing floor and add the new floor. That means all the steps you have to write it in a steps. Stepwise, you need to write it here. How you are going to implement it. Okay. And what is risk and impact analysis? Risk and impact analysis means that this is the thing. How many users are getting impacted? How many, what is the downtime? Everything you need to write it in the risk and impact analysis. Backup plan. Backup plan is nothing but actually you have given only 1 hour time to implement this change. If you are not able to implement that change in 1 hour, what is your backup plan? That means if you have added router, but when you are restarting the server, that server is not getting restarted. What will you do?
Roll back the change.
Understand? So you need to roll back the existing implementation. That means again from step 4, step 3, step 2, step 1. Like this, you will be rollbacking, right? All the steps, whatever you have done in the implementation plan, you will back out it so that whatever the earlier functionality is there, that will be available for all the users. Then what is the test plan? Test plan is nothing but did you already tested that a new router which you are going to put it in the Texas floor, you have already tested it or not? If yes, then who has checked it whether it is working fine or not? You need to add the approval email from them. You need to add that approval email who has tested and approved it. Understand?
Yes.
Yeah. So schedule is nothing but you need to add this. So on Monday, this David Lu will raise the change. Okay. On Tuesday, who is that? Guys, if you're not speaking, please go on mute. So this is how he will write all these things, and then immediately this will move on to SS stage. This will move on to SS state on Tuesday. That means if I am doing it on evening, that means David Lu will raise this change and put all the information like this, and he will save the record. So he will click on, David Lu will click on request approval, so that whoever is having assignment group with network, so all the members of network team will get the approval email. See, you can see no approvers are there. If I click on request approver, that means it will be moved to
Yes.
assess stage, from new to assess stage automatically, no manual thing. So see, approvals are triggered here only for network team. Whoever is assignment group is here, for those members, this approval emails are triggered. So now Howard Johnson is there. He will go through all these steps. He will check whether David Lu has updated all these fields correctly or not. If yes, then he will approve it. By opening this record, he will approve it. Approve. Okay. Once it is approved, it will be, the change will be moved to authorized state. The change will be moved to authorized state. I will reload the form. You can check. See, automatically from SS to authorized, it has moved. In the authorized state, there will be a concept called CAB, CAB. CAB approval. See, you can see once the network team has approved, what Johnson is approved, other team members got no longer required. So I am filtering out network team's approvals. Now I have only CAB approval. CAB approval is nothing but a change advisory board approval. So somebody, this here, the client will involve. Here the client, see, here network team is from Accenture. So he will check all the details are correct or not, he will approve. Next, in the authorized state, SBI project managers will involve here, whether this change is really required or not. They will check all this documentation. Actually, if somebody from this team will initiate a call, usually on Wednesday. Usually on Wednesday, we will have CAB meeting. CAB, Change Advisory Board meeting. They will check whether the documentation is correct or not, whether this change is really required or not. Everything they will write it here. Actually, here they have to write the justification as, if you don't implement, what is the impact on the organizations? If you implement the change, what is the profit you are going to add to the organization? That you need to write the justification. Okay, risk and analysis, here you need to write the justification. If you don't implement the change, what will happen? Change. What will happen if you don't implement the change? Okay. And here you need to write what here. Yeah. Yeah, what will happen if you implement the change? So everything you need to write as a justification. So that CAB member, see, say for example, here Ron is there. Ron, if he initiate the CAB meeting, everybody in the org, see, not only network team raises changes, guys. Servicenow team will raise a change, network team will raise a change, SAP team will raise a change, database team will raise a change. Every team on their own applications, on their own functionalities, they have some changes, upgrades, change. I know you will be upgrading to version 1 to version 2, something like that, right? So all these team members will raise a change. So on Wednesday, whoever has conducting this CAB meeting will call like network team or change number 30096 like this. Then David Lu has to talk in the CAB meeting. Then they will ask some questions to David Lu, and David Lu has to answer them. And if Servicenow from Lakshmi from Servicenow, they will ask 30097, then Lakshmi has to speak about. Now, if you are writing a UI policy, they will ask you what is the UI policy, what is it required, everything they will ask you. Ask Lakshmi. Then Lakshmi ask, this is the requirement, that is the reason why we have implemented this, and then we are moving. Please approve the change. Then yes, if the answer given by Lakshmi is no, if Ron is satisfied with the answer given by Lakshmi, then he will click on, he will open this record like this immediately on the spot. He will open this and click on approve. Understand, guys? In the same way,
Yes.
David Lu also will explain all the things to Ron. If Ron satisfied, he will open the change and approve immediately. Now it is moved from authorized to scheduled. Scheduled means right now on Wednesday, it is moved to scheduled to implement on Saturday. To implement it on Saturday, it is moved to schedule. Now on David Lu has, today is Saturday at 10 o'clock. What David Lu will do? So here you don't have any task. So if today is a Saturday and 10 o'clock, he will log into Servicenow system. Who David Lu will log into Servicenow system and move the change from schedule to implement, because he has to start implement the change. Now he will manually, he has moved the change from schedule to implement. You can see there are two tasks, implement and post implement. Implementing is following these four steps, and testing means what is the other task? Post implementation testing. Somebody from the same team has to test whether that is working fine or not. Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
All of you.
Is the risk calculated automatically?
What? Yeah,
Risk.
it will be calculated automatically. Okay, so what I'll do is I will close these two doors. Okay, there is no. Okay, I will open this. So implementation, if I am David Lu, I will move the task to in progress state and start implementing that 4 steps. Once that is completed, I will move this to close complete. It is successful and I will put test something like that. I will close this task. And next implementation, somebody from my team will be testing this task, whether it is working fine or not. He will also open the task and put it in progress and then start testing the functionality. He will take 1 hour time to test the functionality. Once it is done, he will be closing the task and adding the yes, succeed. Testing is also successful. Yeah, who is that? Okay. So, both tasks are closed now. So now you can see the change will be moved from schedule implemented to review automatically. Implemented to review automatically. You can see. So review means the client, whoever has raised this incident, able tutor will test the functionality, whether it is working fine or not. Yes, if it is working fine, he will put the update in the notes like yes, it is working fine. Then the David Lu will move the state from review to closed status. Any confusion on these states, guys? Anybody, any confusion? Okay, fine. So if that is the case, you have to check all these stages: new, assess, authorize, schedule, implement, review, and close, right? So this is for normal change case. What I discussed was there are 3 types of changes in every organization. One is a standard BAU or pre-approved. Second one is normal. Third one is emergency. Now we have discussed about all these stages you will have in the normal change. But what about standard change or BAU or pre-approved? So here I have already discussed with you about the risk and implementation plan. So here, if you don't know how many applications are getting affected, here if it is 0, yeah, if the applications are 0 and how many users are impacted, yeah, what happened? How many users are getting impacted? If it is 0, okay, what is the downtime? What is the downtime? If it is 0, that means now you tell me, guys. Okay, usually what will happen is on the floor, if I am changing a network slot, does it impact other users also?
Yes.
If I am changing a network slot, you will be inserting. Nowadays, there is nothing like that. But if your cable is not working, say for example, does it impact other users also?
No.
No, right? So that means if you in the service now, if you create a new support group, in some organizations in the service now, if your client is asking you to create a new group called application support. So as a service now administrator, what will you do? You will go to user administration, click on groups, okay,
Okay.
and create new and you will create a new group here and add some members. That means what exactly you are doing? Service now is a existing infrastructure. That means existing application. In the existing application in the groups form, you are adding a new group called application support to this. So can I treat it as a change or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I am adding a new record, new functionality to
Yes,
the
sir.
existing application. Yes, it is a change. Okay. Because what is the change management definition here? If you're adding, removing, replacing anything from the existing infrastructure, that is a change. So here what I am trying to do, I am adding a new group to the existing groups. So that is a change. But do you have any, are you restarting any server here in the service now?
No.
No.
Does it
No.
affect any other users who are already using it?
No.
No, right? So that means that is called standard change. That means if you don't have any downtime, if no applications are getting affected, no users are getting affected, that is called standard. BAU is nothing but business as usual. BAU is nothing but business as usual. And pre-approved is nothing but pre-approved. That means here I will tell you the client, who is our client? We are from Accenture. Our client is some SBI, right? So SBI will always give you approval to standard BAU pre-approved. That means if no users are getting impacted, no applications are getting impacted, no downtime at all, no need to restart the server, that means you don't need to ask me. You don't need to ask me for the approval. It is already pre-approved. You go ahead and do it. Got it, guys?
Yes.
So if I want to tell you in a layman language, I will if I ask somebody like Nirosha is there, Nirosha, I will ask her to go and get some grocery from DMart for 10,000 rupees. So if the bill is 10,000 and below, Nirosha don't need to ask me anything. Ask my for my approval. If the bill is crossing 10,000, then she has to ask for my approval. Now that bill is 9,900. Now Nirosha has to ask me or not?
Not required.
No, right? In the same way here also, if no downtime is there, no application is getting affected, no users are getting affected, client is telling you don't need to ask me. At that time, you will not have, you will have new and assess stages, but you will not have authorized state. From SS state to directly, sorry, you will not have SS and authorized, both states. You will directly come from new to scheduled status. You will directly, that means SS and authorized states will be skipped. You will come directly from new to scheduled status. Got it?
Yes.
Guys, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, okay, very good. Then what do you mean by emergency change? Now, if all over the world, SBI ATM machines are down. SBI ATM machines are down. Here you will not have SS state also. Okay, SBI ATM machines are down. So now, if somebody tells David Lou is there as a SBI ATM application owner, he will tell if it has happened on Sunday midnight at 2 o'clock, all over the world, SBI ATM machines are down. So if SBI, that application owner, whoever has that SBI ATM application is there, the owner is David Lu, say for example, he will tell, no, I will come to office on Monday, I will raise the change on Monday, and then it will go to SS state on Tuesday. The cab guys will approve it on Wednesday, and we will implement the change on Saturday. Does it works, guys?
No.
No.
All over the world, if the ATM machines are down, SBI client will allow you to wait for 1 week to implement the change.
No.
No, it is an emergency change. So immediately what David Lu will do, he will troubleshoot all the things. He will troubleshoot all the things. Finally, he has observed that RAM in the server, SBI ATM application server, RAM is corrupted. So what they have to do, they have to remove the existing RAM and put the new RAM, right? So they cannot wait for 1 week to test the RAM, all these things. So immediately they will raise at 2 o'clock. The issue has happened. 3 o'clock they have find the issue. Immediately they will arrange for a ECAB, emergency cab meeting, emergency change advisory board meeting. So immediately somebody from the client, there will be somebody from the client, he will join the call, he will ask all the questions, and no, our team member will explain all these things. Immediately he will give the approval over the phone itself. Sometimes it will be given over the phone also, no email, no cab meeting, nothing. Phone itself, it is considered as an ECAB, and they will give you the go ahead over the phone, and immediately the team member will schedule the change in 1 hour, and they will implement it, review it, and close it. So within 2 to 3 hours, all over the world, ATM machines should be up. That is called emergency change. Understand, guys?
Yes, sir.
In that case, new will be there, no assess state will be there. No assess state, only authorized. ECAB will be there. Immediately, the cab member will approve it over the phone, and it will be moved to schedule, implement, review, and close. That means it will be done very fast, because you understand the impact and urgency of that particular issue, right? So based upon that, it should be whether standard, normal, emergency, we should consider. Any questions on this types of changes, guys? Usually in Servicenow, we will not discuss about all these things. But why I am discussing you with this is, I already told you a couple of days back that when I am coming to first, if I am the interviewer, if Lakshmi is my attendee, okay, interviewee, I will ask, what are your current projects? What exactly, what is your role in your project? Then she will say, I am working for a petroleum project, and we will, develop all the functionalities and all. Oh, then I will ask like, oh, okay, what is the process you follow to implement your functionalities? Then she has to tell me about all the normal change process. If you don't tell me all these things, then that means you are not doing, you are not a real-time interview here. You don't have the hands-on experience. You understand my point, guys?
Yes, sir.
That is the reason why I'm trying to explain you all these things. So if you don't answer me in the interview about this normal change, what is I'll ask, you will say like, I will get the story, then we will raise the change, and we will follow this process, and then we will, based upon the timelines, we will implement the change. That is how you will tell me. If you don't tell me this process, then that is not, you are not a real time, you are a fake candidate. If you tell me all this process, then only I will enter into the Servicenow real-time questions like, what is UI policy, what is UI actions, and all. In the initial stages itself, I can understand whether you are a fake candidate or a real time. So that is the reason why I'm explaining you all the process. I'm making you a real-time experienced guy in service. Okay.
But the thing is, Kumar, they will really ask all these change and problem management questions.
That's what if they will ask you. See, they will not ask you what are the types of changes, what is the life cycle of a change. No, they will not ask all these things. They will not ask you new SS authorized. No, they will not ask. But they will just ask you, what is the process you are following to implement the change. If they tell you, if you tell them like, our overview, like, we will get the stories from the client, and then once we will develop all the functionalities from dev, UAT, QA, and production, while moving this functionality from one instance to another instance. My project manager my team lead will raise a change, and he will get it approved from the client. Once it is approved, we will move the functionality from QA to production. If you answer like this, then I will not get the doubt that you are a real time. I will think like you are a real time candidate. If you don't tell me or skip something in this process, then I will just catch you up. Understand?
Okay. Okay, but as okay, we will all go as a service now. Okay, we are experienced people will go as a service now admin or service now developer as
Correct.
experienced.
Correct.
Okay, as experienced, will they really ask this question? But because this is really bothering me, I am into problem management right now, and I have already worked in insurance management. And will they really ask all these questions?
That's what I am saying, Beena. What I am asking you, see, if you are a real-time employee service now guy, I will ask you what is the process you follow to implement the functionality. This is my question. Correct.
Okay.
Then what you will say? Yeah, we will get the requirement from the client. We will develop the functionality in dev UAT and development environment, and we will move the functionality from one instance to another instance, like using update sets from dev to UAT. In the UAT, we will ask the client to test the functionality. If he says yes, my team lead will raise the change. Once the change is approved, then we will move the functionality from UAT to production. This is what you have to answer.
Okay.
Kumar, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
So actually, we have done some changes in incident form, right? While we are learning all those topics. So can we do some changes in these changes also? Change
What?
forms also?
I didn't understand your question.
Like we have this change form, right? It
Yes.
is normal.
Yes.
Can we do some changes to the buttons or
Yes. That is
functionality?
next topic is that only workflow.
Okay. So where do we, I mean, like where do we put those changes? Like track those changes?
Which changes on the change form.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Suppose we
that's
are
what. Again, you
okay.
will raise the change for the same functionality. So if you are doing some changes, if you are adding some fields or some buttons to the change form itself, you will create a new change and write the adding button on the change form. Like this, you will add the short description, everything, and then you will raise the change. Simple. This is Servicenow then.
Okay. So basically we are using Servicenow for the Servicenow development again.
That's it.
Okay.
Simple.
Okay.
I hope you understand everything from the top to bottom, guys. Yes or no? Hari Prasad, Vinay, Srikanth, Shruti.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes,
normal
sir.
change duration. What is the duration for normal
You
change?
can take, see, if you are the implementer, you are the ServiceNow implementation guys. You are from ServiceNow, and right now you are from application support. You are your Bhargavi. Now you will have your own idea how much time to move the functionality and how much time you will need to test it, right? So based upon that, you will schedule it. Got my point?
Yes.
If I am the network engineer, I should know how much time it will take to change the network router there. So based upon that, I will put the start date and end date. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions from anybody?
So how do we get the stories?
Yeah, stories that we will know here in this, I will show you. See, Lakshmi, see here in this one, we have a separate topic called SDLC, see, software development lifecycle and authority methodology and plugin installation. Here you can see working on
Yeah. Okay.
stories is there. No, in this part we will discuss that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Sir, like for developer and administrator, both roles, the process would be same for the
Oh,
interview.
same process, no deviation at all.
Thank you.
Yeah. So guys, this is all about the, hopefully
Sir.
I will start. Yeah, tell me, who is that?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a question, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, how long this emergency change? I mean, the time limit of emergency.
No, that's what I'm saying. Whoever is implementing the change, they will decide. It is not like, you cannot tell that.
Any standard time, I mean.
Yeah, so that's no standard time at all.
I
See,
think it will depend on the group
issue.
or something, right? If
No,
it is like
depends on
hardware
the
or
issue. It
yeah.
depends on the issue. That's it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So that's what I'm saying. If you go to a car garage, if you will ask them how much time it will take. It will be based upon the issue. If it is right, they really need to change the tire, it will take 10 minutes. If you have to look into some other engine related issues, it will take 4 to 5 hours. If you want to get it serviced, entire service, it will take 1 day. So based upon the issue, the time will be given, right? In the same way, on the application also, if you are creating one group, it will take 10 minutes to move it. Otherwise, if you are moving the functionality like by all the buttons, UI policies, email notifications, everything, and you have to test it, it will take 4 hours. So based upon the functionality or the issue you are fixing, the time will be decided. It is not, there is no any standard time. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So tomorrow we will discuss about workflows or our SLS. Okay. See you tomorrow, same time. Bye bye.
Thank you.